Hi, welcome to part 21 of PC Friendly. To kick off this disk, I need you to type in your first name and then press the Enter key. It's good to have you back. How about a quick reminder of what's on the disk? In part 21 of PC Friendly, Computer Basics helps you clear out the cobwebs from your hard drive with disk cleanup. In Software Made Simple, we'll be using Word's Labels tool to design professional-looking business cards. In the Internet and Email section, find out how to set up special message rules for your email and even block junk mailers altogether. And in You Can Do It, the whole family can enjoy the run-up to Christmas with the PC-friendly animated advent calendar. A quick click here will give you a sneak preview of what's coming on Disk 22. And if you need help with the disk, just click here. When you're ready to start, just click on any of these headings. Now it's time to click on a section title and begin. Deleting files you don't need anymore is a great way to keep your hard disk in trim and your computer running smoothly. In this section of Computer Basics, we're going to clear out some of the so-called temporary files you may find lurking in your hard drive. Many day-to-day activities create temporary or backup files that you don't notice or really need. Temporary files might be created, for instance, when you install programs, use the internet, or if Windows isn't shut down properly. The good news is that Windows can get rid of them automatically with a helpful tool called Disk Cleanup. Give it a click and we'll take a look. Your first job is to select which drive to clean up. The C drive is my main disk drive, but I have some other drives too. Click the down arrow to see what's available. A lot of computers have large disk drives divided into a number of sections, or partitions as they're known. We'll stick with the C drive for this demo, so give it a click please. That's the one. To get Disk Cleanup started, give the OK button a click. Windows gets to work and calculates the total disk space you could save by getting rid of any unnecessary files. And it gives you a list of all the files you can safely delete, along with the disk space they take up. There's even a description of each category down here. It seems like getting rid of these temporary internet files might be a good idea. All the files in this list are safe to delete, but as you can see, not all the categories have been selected for the cleanup. The recycle bin, for instance, hasn't got a tick in it. Of course, you can empty the contents of your recycle bin anytime you like, but we might as well do it now while we're here. Put a tick in this box by giving it a click, please. Excellent. This View button lets you take a quick look at the files you're going to delete. Give it a click now. I'm pretty certain I won't need any of these again. So close the recycle bin with a click here, please. Thanks. Finally, to make this a thorough disk cleanup, let's include the last unselected category, Temporary Files. Click to give it a tick. OK. We're ready to go, so click OK to move on to the next step. Because you're about to delete something, Windows double-checks that you want to go ahead. In this case, we do, so give Yes a click, please. There, it's done. Great. Now, I've been doing a lot of work on my D drive recently, so there's a good chance that there'll be some temporary files in there which I don't need. As an exercise, I'd like you to open up Disk Cleanup and give the D drive a good clear out. Use the options that are already ticked. Ready? Go for it. Excellent. You cleaned up on that round. Let's take a look at your skills chart. When you're ready to start, just click on any of these headings. Now it's time to click on a section title and begin. When it comes to great design for any kind of document, look no further than Microsoft Word. In the next 2 sections of Software Made Simple, we'll discover an ingenious method for creating professional-looking business cards using Word's Labels tool. As you can see, I've already made a start, and I don't mind telling you I'm pretty pleased with the results so far. There's just one thing missing: my company logo. I saved it in My Documents. To add it to this document, start by opening the Insert menu. Then move your cursor down to Picture. No need to click. This time, we're not inserting clip art. This logo is my own artistic endeavour, so your next task is to click From File here. Try that now. Excellent. There's my logo. Click to select it, please. You get a preview of your selected picture here. And since this is just the image I'm trying to project, the next step is to click Insert. Try that now. That's the one. The logo has been placed exactly where the insertion point was, which doesn't exactly suit us. Let's make some changes to it. Double-click on the logo to open up the Format dialog box, please. Great. And then click the Layout tab to bring it to the front. There are several options here, but my preference is Tight, as it allows the words to wrap around the edges of the image. Could you click on it, please? And to accept that change, just click OK. Our next job is to shift the image into position. You can use your mouse or your arrow keys to do that, but I'll do it this time. There you go. Very businesslike, I'm sure you'll agree. The only thing is, one card simply isn't enough for all my contacts. I'm going to need several pages full of them. To start, select the whole page. You know the shortcut for this, Ctrl and A. Give it a try now. Excellent. Now for the clever bit. Click on Tools to open its menu, please. Then move your cursor down to Envelopes and Labels and give it a click, please. Great. As you can see, my business card has been automatically opened in this window. The logo doesn't show up, but don't worry, it's still in place. And as this radio button here is selected, we're already set up to print a whole page of cards. Perfect! But before we move on to the business of setting up a page of cards, let's have a short exercise. I want you to use the Ctrl-A method to select all the text and then open the Envelopes and Labels tool again. Ready? Go for it. You really meant business there. A perfect performance. Let's view your skills chart. With our business card perfectly formatted and open in the Labels tool, it's time to select a label to print it out on. The currently selected label gets a preview down here. But to see what else is available, you need to give this Options button a click. Try that now. That's right. Just about every kind of label you can think of gets a mention here, including some standard business card formats. You can buy many of these in the shops, but I've been doing a spot of measuring, and I reckon we'll need to make a custom label for this card. To do that, you need to click this New Label button. Give that a try now. That's the one. Your first job here is to give this new label a name. If you'll allow me. That should do. The preview pane shows how the labels fit on the page, and the actual dimensions described by the arrows are shown underneath. The horizontal and vertical pitch refers to the total space taken up by each card and any border you may have included to make cutting out easier. Let's see what happens when we change any of these measurements. Try reducing the top margin a little by clicking once on this down arrow. As you can see, the preview updates automatically. Now, according to my calculations, the best size for this business card would be 5 centimeters by 8 centimeters. You can enter the actual size of the card directly in the boxes here. So, if I can just highlight the current value, like so. Could you press the number 5 on your keyboard? Excellent. And with the height in place, it's time to enter the width. Could you press number 8 on your keyboard, please? That's right. I'll just move things along a little by entering the other values. To start with, let's cut down on the amount of cutting out to be done by getting rid of these margins. Next up, we need to decide how many labels will fit on the page. It's a bit hit and miss, but as I mentioned, I've done some calculations of my own. We're printing on standard A4 size card, so let's try 3 across and 5 down. Finally, let's leave a few extra millimeters around the cards for cutting. Start with the vertical pitch and then the horizontal pitch. There you go. With all our measurements in place, all you need to do is click OK to accept these changes. Try that now. Oops, it looks like I overestimated how many cards will fit onto a page. It's OK though, we can go back and adjust the settings. First, close this message with a quick click here. The problem could be with the dimensions of our card, but in this case, I'm guessing it's the number of cards that needs changing. Let's try 2 across instead of 3. Reduce the across value by 1 using this arrow here. Click on it now. That's the one. We're almost done. If you could just accept these last-minute changes with a click on OK, and then confirm our brand new label with another click on OK. Excellent. At this stage, we could just click Print and be done with it, but I think we should preview the results of our efforts. Give this New Document button a click. And there you have it, all our business cards neatly arranged on one page. Now all that's left to do is pop some high-quality paper in your printer, click Print and cut them out. Let's get back to our original business card document for a short exercise. I'd like you to open the Envelopes and Labels tool, go to the Labels options and delete the custom label we just created. Ready? Go for it. That's the business. Let's get back to your skills chart. Now it's time to click on a section title and begin. Getting home to find your doormat piled up with junk mail is annoying enough, but what do you do when the same thing happens to your email inbox? The email equivalent of junk mail is spam. You end up on some company's mailing list, and before you know it, your inbox is overflowing with marketing emails you never asked for. Take this message, for example. Every week I get unwanted emails from this address. Let's find out how Outlook Express can help. Start by selecting the offending message with a click. Then click up here to open the message menu. That's right. And there it is, Block Sender. Just what we need. Give it a click. Excellent. According to this message, that spam mail address has now been added to our blocked senders list. We can even remove all existing messages from our inbox. Click Yes to accept. Great. Out of sight, out of mind. But what if you just want particular messages to go straight to a separate folder, or to be automatically forwarded to another email address? You can do all this and more using Outlook Express message rules. Take this email from my friend Mr. Know-How. I always forward his messages to a colleague, but instead of doing that myself every time, I can get Outlook Express to do it for me. Click on the message now to select it. Now click to open the message menu again. This time, we need Create Rule from Message. Give that option a click. That's right. In this dialog box, you can set up rules for the message you've selected. First, we need a condition for the message. In other words, how does Outlook Express recognize which messages to work on? Because we have a specific email in mind, the first condition is already filled in, where the From line contains people. So only messages from my friend Mr. Know-How will activate this rule. The second box asks us for an action for our message. In other words, what do we want to do with emails from Mr. Know-How when they arrive? As you can see, there are lots of options. You can move or copy it to a folder, delete it, forward it, highlight it, or even automatically reply to it. We'll try some of these options later. For now, though, click the Forward to People box. Excellent. To fill in the details of your rule, you just click on the underlined links. As you can see, the first part of this rule has already been completed, with the address we selected earlier. Your next move, then, is to click on the People link. Try that now. You can type in the email addresses here or click the Address button to select contacts from your address book. I've got the address handy, though, so if you'll allow me. There we go. Could you click OK, please? Thanks. My friend the Web Wizard is now the forwarding destination for all emails from Mr. Know-How. Perfect. If you like, you can even give your new rule a name. Just select the existing text and type away. I've got just the thing in mind. Great. All you have to do is click OK. The rule was successfully added. That was easy. Finish off this message rule and the demo with a last click on OK. Excellent. Managing your email is just like managing your snail mail, only easier and cheaper. In this section, we'll take a closer look at message rules and how to apply them. Once you've created blocked senders lists and message rules, you can access them using the Tools menu. Open up the Tools menu now and we'll take a look. That's right. Now roll your cursor over Message Rules. No need to click. There are 3 options here, but clicking any of them takes you to the same dialog box. For this demo, just click Blocked Senders. Here we are, Blocked Senders, but there are tabs for the other options too. If you change your mind about one of those spam mail addresses, you can remove it from the list using this button. Or add a new one by clicking on this button. Let's move on to the Mail tab next. Give it a click. Great. In this tab, you can create, remove, and switch on or off any message rules. Let's add a new rule. Start by clicking the New button. This time, nothing is selected in the first box of our new message rule because we haven't selected a particular message to use as a starting point. There are lots of conditions to choose from. It's just a matter of how you apply them. In this demo, let's imagine that I share my Outlook Express inbox with my sister Felicity. Let's make a rule to automatically put her emails into their own folder. First, click the Where the To line contains people box. That's right. Here we can decide what happens to any messages addressed to Felicity. We're going to move them to a folder, in this case, so give this box a click, please. Good. The last step is to specify which people and which folder. To do that, just click on the links. Start with the Where the To line contains people link. Click on it now. Good. All I need to do is type in Felicity's address, which leaves you to click Add. Try that now. You could go on adding addresses to this list, but that about wraps it up for us. Click OK to confirm. Now to choose a folder for Felicity's mail. Could you click on the specified folder link, please? Next up, expand the Local Folders layer with a quick click on this plus sign. Felicity already has a folder in Outlook Express, as you can see here. Of course, you can easily create a new folder by clicking this button. For now, though, just select Felicity's folder with a click. Great. Now click OK to confirm. Well, that's just about it. All we need is a name for this rule, and I've got just the thing. There we go. Finish off with a last click on OK. You can continue working on your message rules and blocked senders list from this dialog box. You can turn rules on and off, for example, by ticking or unticking these boxes. But you should have message rules down to a fine art by now, so finish off this demo by clicking OK. Excellent. Coming up in part 22 of PC Friendly, Computer Basics delves further into Windows Explorer. In Software Made Simple, get to work with Microsoft Works and create a household cash flow statement. In Internet and Email, the PC-friendly Food and Wine address book will set your taste buds tingling. And in You Can Do It, it's Keyboard Quickies Part 2, the long-awaited second instalment of my keyboard shortcuts database, featuring Excel and Windows 98.